Thanks for taking the time and sharing your experiences with premote. Maybe to keep it short and crisp, kick it off with introducing yourself. What's your role at SumUp? Who are you?
Thank you so much also, Johannes, for having me. So I'm the global rewards and mobility responsible at SumUp. So what I do is I manage all mobility topics in our different office. So I'm managing it globally.
Cool. The questions that we go through today are pretty streamlined. So let's kick it off with what were your challenges and pain points before using premote?
So one of the topics that we manage in mobility is how do we apply for different compliance form when people are working remotely for short term abroad. And in Germany, there's some specific form that people need to apply for. So there's A1 form, COC form, Australian form, very complicated bureaucratic form that we need to fill in. And most of the time they are in German. And all this take a lot of time. It's very time consuming. And I would say that frankly, our team were not expert on this topic. Also, we have a lot of policies related to remote work. So whether a person is on a specific visa, whether a person has been in a company for 1 year or less than 1 year. So all this was very, very time consuming. So we were thinking, what kind of solution, what can we do to make this process much easier? And then suddenly we receive an email from you and we thought, oh, your company is doing A1. So why not? Let's talk about it. And it was just amazing that you're not only doing A1, but you could also learn how to do COC and Australian. And what was on top more amazing for us was that you could take over the policy check, because for us to check each employee, check whether they are eligible to go to this country or whether they have a right visa to go to this country was taking forever for us. So the fact that your tool could just adapt all these policies and put it as a checklist in the tool was already solving a lot of problem for us.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was basically one of the most complex policies we've seen so far. And it was quite exciting to see how we can solve it. But that is covering the business travel and as well the remote working policies.
Exactly.
Cool. So we covered already a little bit of the requirements, right? So there was a quite complex policy. But on top of that, did you have any other requirements that you had for a solution to really solve your problem?
Yeah, for us, it was really important to do this tool integration, right? Because we already have Workday and we didn't want to make employees go and use a new tool. So it was amazing also how both of you could adapt to what we wanted and try to change it in a way that we don't need to communicate it to employees, but it just employees are going through that tool through our own tool, which is Workday. And also, I think the timeline was important because we had a lot going on also, and it was, though we had a very short timeline, but then you were able to adapt because we were taking more time from our side, so that was really good also for us. And also in long term, when we were doing partnership with you, we always wanted to think of expansion, because when we do something, we don't want to just do it for Germany. We wanted to start first with Germany, but then think in which country it's relevant to do it also, for example, UK and other countries. So I think this is really important for us, and this is the next step, what we want to do. Yeah.
Super exciting. Yeah, I remember that the rollout and also the adoption for the employees should have been in a way that it's basically not another tool, or very seamlessly looking in the same way that they're used to it already, which I think we could solve in a quite good way. On top of that, what would you say was the thing that you liked the most about working with premote, or what was the main achievement for you looking back
Yes.
now that we're live?
Yeah, I think I really like how flexible your team is, because I know I have a lot of demands and I keep asking for things. So, and so far our cost didn't increase with all of the different things I have demands. I'm very happy that your team is always flexible and also very responsive. I feel I work with so many providers, and this year I'm already thinking of changing providers for next year, because people don't respond, right? And I feel it's very unprofessional, but I feel both of you are super responsive and immediately can meet, even though you have many projects going on at the same time. I also like that sometimes we have issues and I don't need to think of solution alone. You're helping me to find possible solution. So this is also really good. And lastly, I also like that you ask us for feedback while we are doing it, so it's not only at the end, but during the whole process, you've been asking feedback. When we launch, also immediately Philip reached out and asked me, what our employees doing, our managers asking questions. So I really like that it's not like one person thing, but it's like us together working on this. Yeah. So I really enjoy working with your team. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for taking the time, Melina. That was amazing.